Oh, we can see people around, so we can find them quicker. Okay. See these poor people here. Oh, somebody there. Oh no, it's in through the wall. Ah! Hello!
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us.
Yeah.
I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses.
Ah.
He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
In London? How's your life in London? Tell me about the staff.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Oh, we got a hint from him
Some are
being
really
exhausted.
good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Well, yeah. Positive character traits?
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Doesn't matter. She could be a good one right now, even though it's a woman. Remember that for the future.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Alright. Oh, sorry. What is the situation here? Up Shit's Creek, apparently.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are more important. It's the same everywhere. The people are important. I don't have much of a choice. Same situation. Yeah.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Precisely.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people.
Precisely.
It just lacks hope.
And that's what we're going to give these people. But first, you seem exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Kokoro. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
You have nothing to prove. Nurse Brannigan is worried. Your attitude isn't sufferable. Yeah. She's worried about you.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Good.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Right, let's go over to Nurse Brannigan and talk about that thing very quick then. Where is she? Nurse Brannigan! Where are you? Where'd you go?
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Hello!
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Evening.
I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
Where's
And
your
I'm
eyebrows?
Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Your life in London. How you've been a nurse for long? How's the situation here?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Oh. Get a grip! Slap!
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Get a hold of yourself!
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Shake
No
her
one
about a
has any
bit.
idea when this epidemic will be over.
Yeah, it won't last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Oh god, that's the kind of fears people get. Especially with recent stuff, if you know what I'm talking about.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You would be surprised. You are right. Change your attitude. You are right, yeah.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble.
Precisely.
But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Ah, some envy there.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Yeah, why is he grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Alright.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Yes, I understood that from the first time I talked to him. Personal questions? No. Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Maybe she's ill. Oh, hello!
Good evening, sir.
Wasted too much.
Can I help you?
Unless
Oh,
you're
you-
here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Thomas Elwood, okay. How long is your stay with us?
How is your stay with us, Mr.
Oh,
Elwood?
how is
Oh,
your
it's
stay?
bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you get my drift.
Can I do anything? Yeah.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Maybe it's not medicine you need, but somebody to talk to about this.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak.
Oh,
But be assured I'm smiling inside.
oh. Poor guy. We're gonna help you, don't worry. How long did you serve?
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir.
Nah.
No offense.
Depends on where he was, I guess. Alright.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
It's gotta be the memories. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
It's okay.
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite.
Yeah, you
A
didn't say
little
anything.
delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Flock? Yeah.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Right. Has the gang been threatening you?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now? Come on, tell me.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance
Oh.
of her minion, Booth Digby.
Oh, it's the guy! We saved his life! Oh! Well, we can't help it. We're a doctor. We gotta save everybody.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
Good old
Without
Tom.
men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Right. Corruption?
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Despair.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
It depends on the resources that we have, right? Yeah.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Oh, okay. You are a hero or a fool?
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Yeah. You take care. Oh, wait, personal question? Yeah, made friends since you arrived?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognise Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Oh. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm guessing he's a priest, a vicar?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage
it's
an
quite
night asylum
obvious.
for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Yeah, are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor.
Oh.
I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Uh-huh. Why not use the cross against William? I don't think he would have known about that, but we need the secrets and everything, so might as well.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
Yeah, get angry!
Repel him somehow.
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Well, you wouldn't know he was a vampire, so our question was just completely out of it. Why did you get cross at him? Well, I didn't want to get angry. No, I mean your cross there. Ah. How do you feel?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
Feeling better?
Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty
Yeah, I
good
thought
hands
so.
here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I could go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
He's gonna turn into a vampire. He drank his blood. Can you
It's
not
locked.
see it?
Damn. The pain.
I feel sorry for that guy.
Here again.
Hello?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening,
Oh,
Dr.
it's
Reed.
Hawkins. Okay. No, we
Goodbye,
already
Nurse
talked to you.
Hawkins.
Good night. Who's that? Is this? Oh, it's a patient. Hello. It's a pleasure. Can I speak to you?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Oh, I can
Your
move the
name
camera a
has
little
no
bit.
meaning to me, mortal.
Oh.
You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me
Oh.
mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Oh my god! Oh god! A vampire! She's crazy. Or maybe she's telling the truth. You are a vampire. There.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Yeah, describe how you feel.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Ever heard of Cotard's syndrome? I don't know what this is, but should be interesting to listen to.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Oh,
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
oof. Sensitive subject. But let's see. Tara is affected by and believes she is a vampire. Oh. Okay. Oh, got a connect. What's this? A connection or a... Seems to be something. Let's go back. Are you a patient here? Well, duh.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Your enemies? Who are your enemies?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby.
Okay.
I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Ah, the garden again. We'll take care of you, don't worry.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Uh-huh. Personal. Who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm
Yeah.
curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it's such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Do you have a blood bolt? Anything like that? Can I see it? Is that all there is? Okay. We'll
I'll
leave.
leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Really? Wait, can I? Nah, never mind. Let's see. Alright, we need to make sure we talk to everybody. So, it's a pleasure.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Your life in London. Yeah, tell me about
Please,
yourself.
could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose the career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
Oh,
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'm glad to help you. Research is exhausting. Flattery is useless. Glad to be of help to you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
True.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect
Oh yeah, the
my
experiment.
method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What did he say? The experiments in blood transfusions have not been successful yet. Okay. Okay. I hope you're not doing anything to the patients.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need my... Yeah, do you need any help? I'd love to help.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research.
Right.
Yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
You seem quite optimistic. Yeah, let's hear your pep talk.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
It's normally the case, isn't it? Hold on a second. Yuck. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's see. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Oh. Oh, about your blood trend. Yeah.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Yeah, tell me.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Oh. So it wasn't a mortar shell.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior. A
Oh.
man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears.
True.
Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Alright, we're going to have to end the recording there, but we'll talk to everybody else next time. Thank you everybody for joining, and next time we'll definitely get to the bottom of this, of talking to everybody and getting that out of the way. Until then, thank you everybody. Bye. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and click that notification bell because there's going to be more of this content on its way. So I hope that you all have a lovely day, and I see you soon. Bye!